Heidi ho neighbors, Rado Goji here, and welcome back to Squeeze the World Presents Fez. And when we last left off, we saw the first ending of the game. Everything got all sorts of trippy, and we are now back in the starting village, where we are basically beginning our cleanup quest, I guess is a good way to put it. Basically getting all of the anti-cubes in the game, as well as any other artifacts we may have missed or couldn't get before, or whatever. So I'm heading into the boiler room first, because the boiler room has something in it that we haven't gotten yet. If I can find it. That's not what we want. Where did the boiler room go? This one? I don't think so. No, this is just an empty room. Damn it. I can't remember where anything is. It's been so long since I've been to town. Maybe it was behind this previously locked door? Yes, here it is. Alrighty, so now that we're back in the boiler room after so long, you may notice now that there are some recognizable symbols on these papers. Somebody was obviously doing some archaeological digging and found some of this stuff. There's even a sign here. I don't remember. I don't think I wrote down what it says, but I have my alphabet cipher here. And it says X. Oh, it just says XYZ. Now, these papers you can see with the Tetris blocks are obviously some sort of puzzle. And as you can also tell, they all got numbers on them. Now, most of these Tetris block and code entry puzzles are, I think, with the exception of one, which we'll get to later, and that's a whole lot of horse shit. I'll say that right now, but most of these, including this one, have 8 inputs to them. As you can see, each of these Tetris blocks is numbered. So, this is says right is the 3rd input. This is 2 and 4. That's the 6th input would be L. The 2nd input would be R, etc. Now, I think from what's visible, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if we look around in first person, there's the 8th symbol right over there, and that's actually the one that's marked as 8. 3, 4. Yeah, the 8th symbol that our Tetris piece. That's not normally visible. It's normally blocked. I mean, you can kind of see it, but it's blocked by the boiler. So that's where having these 3D glasses, or this first-person perspective glasses, comes in handy, because this is going to help in puzzle solving. So the solution for this input is up R, left jump or X, right L, down R. I'm just going to say X for jump because it's just easier. And of course, when I mean L and R, I mean rotating the camera. It can mean either the bumpers or the triggers, no matter what version you're playing. Although the Vita doesn't have triggers, so you just use the L and R buttons on the shoulder pad buttons. And I also don't know what the PC inputs would be, because I am a stupid pleb and I play on consoles for the most part. Here's Geezer's house. Oh yeah, the owls here. That's kind of an important thing. It's been so long time. It's your turn now. I'm tired. Plus, there's the eye thing. Okay, you said that before. Each of these locations, we may have seen owls perching before, but each of these locations are going to be important. Now, remember when we talked to the owl statue in the zoo, and he said stuff about gathering the parliament or whatever? That basically means when we go to any of these locations at night, there's going to be an owl perched up on the top of the tree. And I think we've seen all 4 of these locations before. So as we go throughout the game, we're going to be finding each of these owls, talking to it when they perch, and then that will lead to the end of the puzzle. I figured that was pretty important to say, so of course that's why I said it. I mean, it is very important. And that's also the puzzle that will get us our last cube bit. Let's just say that right now. So there is one other room that we still haven't done everything in yet, is this one. Now, I am holding off on this one. Basically, the puzzle has to do with looking at this painting. It has something to do... I don't know the exact solution at the moment, because I'm going to be using the alternate way to solve the puzzle. But, like, the way that these guys are looking or are lined up is basically a controller input. Actually, I think it's where the locations of the fezzes on their heads. In fact, I'm fairly sure that's what it is. You know what the hell? I'll do that right now. So that's looking on from where the location. Yeah, it's the tassels on their fezzes correspond to Tetris blocks. Looks like. And if I get this wrong, I'll just do it the alternate way later, because well, I'll talk about it later. And it looks like left. So L R R R L L R R. So L R R R L L R R. No, that's not right at all. Let's take a look at it in first person, see if that helps. Let's jump on top of something that we can see it at a better angle with. Maybe this chair. No, the table was closer. L-R... Maybe, okay, so maybe it's where the fezzes are on their heads. Maybe R, R, L, R, L, 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 R. Okay, so R, R, L, R, L, 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 R. Oh, okay, that's what it is. So, since we got that anti-cube there, and I'm an anti-cube ahead on my notes, I'm gonna go out and say it. The QR codes that we've been coming across throughout the game are actually alternate ways of solving some of those puzzles. And I was going to wait for the QR codes to, because there's one of the QR codes somewhere else. It corresponds to that puzzle. I don't remember exactly which one. I think it's in the water area. But, I'm not going to worry about that now, because we've already solved that puzzle. And, it'll basically fill up both rooms, I believe, with a gold plating or whatever. So that should be... The town is all done. Yep, so we don't have to come back to the town anymore. And we can move on back to the hub. Now, before I actually head to the, basically like the lion's share, like the warp areas, the warp node areas, I am going to be going back through the, I have to go back through this pillar area again. I am going to be going back through the, basically the block door areas. Now, like I said before, we already did everything that we can do in the ancient ruins. But basically we're going to New Zoo next, because there is a matter of that one... There is a puzzle that we haven't solved in New Zoo, in the school. So let's just quickly go to the school. New Zoo. Looks like I did have plenty of walkthrough to go through this video after all. Lucky me, so I can go ahead and just continue playing on my off time and get some more walkthrough. Hopefully the end of the game, maybe. By, maybe we may finish this along the course of next week. Who knows? I certainly don't. Like I said, I'm not a mind reader. So anyway, the puzzle that is here is basically the puzzle that's spelled out on the chalkboard. So basically, the sample puzzle that they gave out is actually a puzzle for this room. So that would be, hold on, up left, L, X, R, right, X, down. I said. Let me just be on the floor for this. Up, hold on. Up, left, L, X, R, right, X, down. That's exactly what that's saying there. Oh, that's R and I got R and L mixed up. Sorry. Sometimes I do keep getting the shoulder buttons mixed up. Basically, whatever direction the top point of that Tetris block of the S or Z shaped ones is pointing is the direction. So it's up, left, R, X, L, right, X, down. Okay. So up, left, R, X, L, right, X, down. There we go. Alright, so New Zoo is all cleared. And it is time for us to head back to Zoo, actually. There are a couple of things we can do in Zoo. There's at least one thing. Well, one thing I'd like to show off, at the very least. It has to do with the sight glasses or whatever. So this is basically, we're not actually going to be solving any puzzles here right now. And in fact, it is going to be a puzzle I'm going to be solving through a QR code anyway. Because those are a little bit in more of the spirit. I mean, I'm not normally one who is super into gimmicks for games. But with games like this, where it's just like a neat thing that you can do, I usually prefer to, do it at least once if I can. And I'm going to at least be doing it twice. So if you sit in the throne here, there's some Tetris blocks there. This particular puzzle is actually in two parts. One in Zoo, and then one in the ruined Zoo. So like the future Zoo that we actually visited before this one. And they're basically two halves to that puzzle. But like I said, I'm not going to worry about that. There's a QR code that we're going to find that we've come across before, I think, but we're going to come across that again at some point and use that QR code to solve the puzzle instead, because I want to do it that way. It's my walkthrough, or my playthrough, and I'll do it the way I want it, damn it. So, we're going to be doing something incredibly important in this water area, and in order to be able to do that, we have to go to the waterfall. I can find the waterfall. Sometimes it's hard to see in the background. There's things covering it up. That's not the waterfall. That's the lighthouse. That's the bell tower. That's the waterfall. That's the hub. So let's work our way up here. I know I don't have a lot of time left. So let's just go make it to the waterfall area. So may as well just get there. This will be my last video for this session, obviously, because obviously you're watching this on a Friday, so that means that, at least I hope you're watching this on a Friday if I didn't get too far behind. But, yeah, I'm just going to leave it here, and when we come back, some more secrets are about to be uncovered. I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?